All right, folks, welcome back to Roland GRIMES show. Roland GRIMES here. We're going to step right into our next segment. We have an outstanding gentleman here with the program Boys2Bowties. We affectionately call him BJ, but that's not his real name. That's the name that I was given by somebody else. All right, so the young man's name is William Page.
That's right.
All right, we're going to figure out how we get BJ out of that one. I know there's a story.
It's real simple.
All right, tell us.
William is like Bill, means Bill.
Okay.
There you go, Bill Jr.
Okay.
Right.
Duh.
It was real simple.
Okay. My dad's name was Roland. They nicknamed him Tiny.
Okay.
So now, how does Jack Curlin? So I'm Tiny
You can
Jr.
be TJ.
Just call me TJ. Look at that. Hey, Ron, my new name is TJ. All right, so look, you have, we talked off air quite extensively, and we're going to do a little bit more as time goes on, but you tell us, first of all, I have people calling me, because I used to be that dude, to find out about things they can do with youngsters this summer. Can you tell us what you may have going on this summer that we can plug some young African-American males into?
Well, I would say reach out to me because there may be different strands depending on the child.
How we reach?
Real easy. At Boys2Bowties is the simplest. That could be Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. Also, and that's at BOYS, the number 2, BOWTIES. Or you can text 301-442-0615.
Say that one more time on the text.
301-442-0615.
Okay, now see you wearing a bow tie, so I'm assuming that there's some kind of motif to this. Talk to us.
There is, and I don't know how time won't permit, but the bow tie is a representation of the transformation of life. It's also a symbol of a butterfly, which is also the transformation of life.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so we actually tell a story with our traditional necktie, because every bow tie that you see a Boys2Bowties member is actually a necktie.
Okay. You gonna teach me how to
You
tie?
can definitely do that. We'll do that real quick.
I look, y'all stop. All right, so now, you gotta teach me to tie first. I got extra long neck, extra big neck.
It's easier with that one.
What made you decide to wake up one day and just go do this thing with these youngsters, knowing all of the work that's taught to them?
That's the most beautiful question, and I love that question. So it actually started with a small situation of my own, with my own son. My son and his mom and I aren't on the best terms. But the reality is he's still here in the world. So we went through a back and forth custody issue. He's now in Texas at the moment until Father's Day. Shout out to my son, Keonjay, until he comes up here. And I said, I wish it was a program in Texas that instead of going through his mom, I can go directly to the source and say, how's he doing? He also has a small case of autism. So I said, you know what, let's start something. It's over 190,000 kids just in Prince George's County public school. That's not even talking about DC public schools or anywhere in Northern Virginia. So I'm sure there's other kids going through it, so that's how we started.
What's the age that you work with?
8 to 18. The prime years.
Yeah.
So that means, Tommy, I can fit. Ramada, what did you find? Oh, I'm sorry, Rudy.
What exactly do you do with the kids?
Well, it's definitely situational based, but we have 10 different programs from street awareness to financial literacy. So anything that you need to be an adult is 10 different programs that we have. But I like to base it on each child because every child is different. Every person is different. All 4 of us, even if you're cancerous,
we're different. We're different.
So it definitely is situation.
Okay.
Ramada, where'd you find this guy?
Actually, BJ goes to get his shirts printed
Yeah.
at my other godbrother's shop.
Shout out.
Yes, his name
How
is
many
Chamaco.
family members do you
I have
have?
look, I have more family members than the man in the movie. You have no idea. BJ is like my little brother. So
That is
yes,
done.
yes,
That easy.
yes.
I see the resemblance.
Yeah.
Both of y'all look like y'all want a hamburger and fries.
I take it right
Eat
now.
it again.
Look, and his wife is younger than we do. You know, I'm like, oh my
Where's his
God.
wife?
Right
His
there.
wife,
Right
his
there.
wife, wave
Right
at
there.
us.
She's like, okay.
thought that was your
She's a real
daughter.
sweetheart.
I thought that was your daughter.
No, I told you she was young too. She's a real sweetheart.
Man, you ain't crack. I'm glad you told me. I was coming, but now I know I can't mess
And
with you.
he's telling the truth.
So let me turn my back. To you
We
now.
have a family of youth.
She got it under control. No problem.
Oh no, I know she do. You know, that's just part of my jokes, man. I gotta
I
keep
told you you
it.
could have been a comedian.
And Tiny's the one that said, you know, he ain't lying.
He's telling the truth.
So, Boys2Bowties, now, how do you, I'm not going to, because we're going to bring you back to have a conversation about the economics, because that's going to be a little bit longer. But we just had some conversation about some of the young men that are 18 and over who are now getting on their motorcycles and getting into pimping and getting into all kinds of stuff out in front of everybody's face. Tell me what it is that you think we can do from our vantage point, because it's not a government problem. Government ends up intervening.
Right.
But what is it that we can, and this is a real, I hate this damn question.
It ain't tough.
I mean, go ahead.
Listen.
Because I knew what to do, but
That's all we gotta do is listen. Listen, right now social media is really most of the reason, or most of the part that's raising our youth.
But I've changed.
So we gotta listen. They'll tell us what they need. You know, our mission statement is to respect every person that I come in contact with, regardless of age or culture, and hold myself accountable for my own actions. So once a person, not even a child, but once a person realizes that, it's that simple. I mean, just listen to somebody. I sat here and listened to the show just now. I said I could really probably go up there and fit right in.
well, and that's why I should
And
come
he has that
in.
type of personality. He does, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's personality,
Right.
you know, knowing the reason why to do that so you can. Now, one of the reasons why I kind of had to step out of education as a full-time job, because one of the ways that I used to get across is I just punched him in the chest.
That works sometimes.
And
That doesn't work with everyone.
oh, it worked with everyone. It worked with everyone. I can't think of one
Not
young
for next week,
man.
right?
No, I mean, look,
I went right
this
out
one kid,
of
this one kid teacher was telling me he wasn't doing his work. That
works
He came on doing something, and he was like, I said, Mr. Grimes, you know, before you finish this, right this shit.
Shout out to Foundation School. I worked at Foundation School for a little bit, which they call an alternative school.
Yeah. Yeah, I did too.
And that was my specialty.
I did too.
The closet.
Foundation.
The closet.
So man, I had to
The
go.
closet.
Okay.
Are they still in business?
They are.
Wow.
Some kids do learn that way. Yeah.
No, I mean, and those youngsters have some other mitigating issues at Foundation School.
That's
that,
right.
you know,
Now I have four. So I mean, I had to parent in different ways. Two got their breastfeed all the time, and then two I can just talk to, and you know, it was different.
Look at you, you got this crazy look in your
I'm
eyes.
serious. I'm serious. I
So now-
gotta beat you. I'm going to beat you.
So
I don't have no problem beating
So
you.
now you know I'm just joking about the hit them all in the chest. I mean, the thing is,
I'm
now you tell me if your experiences are any different. First off, when you isolate them from everybody else, now you get to really get to know them.
Yeah.
When they're not showing out in front of other folks.
Right.
And you
Being a
get
class
people to-
clown at times.
Yeah, has that been your experience, or are you pretty successful in groups?
I'm successful with individuals, but through a group. I always ask the youth, you know, who your best friend, who your homie? Because that homie gonna tell me who you really are.
Right. You are the company that you keep.
And that's the truth. You may not want to admit that, but the closest people to you are either you or your alter ego. Flat out.
Exactly.
Until you're an adult, because once you're an adult, you can kind of finesse your life.
Right.
You start
You can lie
Right.
for your own position.
You can finesse your life. You know.
Because you got to do that for political, economic reasons.
Yeah.
Like, truthfully speaking, Coach Tanya would not be hanging around me if it wasn't advantageous. She'd be like, you like that stepchild.
I heard that
kicked out
basketball
my phone.
from I want to talk to you about that later.
Okay, no problem.
There's a group of basketball moms at Chipotle right now doing a fundraiser.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to talk about that.
Man, that's awesome. All right, folks, so look, and before we let you go during this time, and we're going to have you back
Yes,
at
because we gotta get more into
as the opening guest.
Okay.
All right, so set your calendar somewhere, maybe June
It's set.
20th or so.
It's set June 25th, Applebee's fundraiser. Forestville. June 27th, Chipotle fundraiser.
All
Woodmore.
right.
Project Peace, August 13th.
All right.
We're going to come back.
I'll tell you, he got a full schedule.
That,
Oh, my
that
goodness.
dude is, oh man, I like you.
Dude, he's awesome.
He done put it all out
Something
there.
twisted
Absolutely.
about you. brother. So Monday the 20th, if you can, I want you to come back. So we talk about the upcoming fundraisers. We can get into the part about the economics, and also I always have some surprises going on. Hey folks, next week on the 13th, I want you all to be prepared because I'm going to be stepping aside, Coach Ty, this is new to you, as host. It will be Mark the Speaker Man. Mr. Mark Wiggins is coming in.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, and maybe he'll want you to sit in with him. But we're gonna take. I've learned that once a month I have to sit down, shut up, and listen to other folks. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because every time I turn around, it's Sunday night, and it's time to do this thing. So I'm learning. You know what, man? Let me let some other folks. That's why I went and got Frank. Frank, come on in here so we can see you, man.
Boom.
You stand right behind him. Share the mic with my man. And that's
Yes,
why
sir. Frank, my partner too.
I want you all to understand that I have to continue to bring dynamic people into this space. Number one, because we own this media, and if we don't do it, nobody's going to do it. That's
Amen,
number one. Number two, as much as I cut up, it's never really been about me. And if I can create space for folks to come in and then let them do their thing and keep things moving, then not only does the audience get fresh perspectives, but I also get a chance for you folks to connect with some other folks.
Fantastic.
Now, BJ, we're going to go on tour. You don't know this yet, but we're going to set up some speaking tours. And we're taking Frank and Ramalda and Tanya and Ron and Reg and Dr. Root and everybody with us. And we're going to do this thing. I'm saying this so that you all know, nationally. We're going to take a version of Roland Grimes show all over the country, and we're going to talk about these issues the way that we do it, only as we can do it. And Frank is going to be one of my, because he's a great MC. So we're going to bust him out and let him do his thing. But
Thank you, sir.
I think it's right. I think it's important for us to be able to do that and get paid to go tell people how we feel about stuff.
Talk about business.
Which is even better.
Yes.
Frank, would you like to get paid to tell people who you are?
Hell yeah.